Good morning, everybody. So guess what? You are wasting your life because you're living it based on desire. You have this idea in your mind that if you desire something strong enough, if you desire something, that it will come into your life. Let's put this to the test. Most of you may desire, and you'll say you desire to be healthy. Are you healthy? Has any time that you've been desiring to be healthy, has it ever made you healthy? You desire to be rich. Has that ever made you rich just by desiring it? You desire to have the love of your life in your life. Has that person come into your life because you desired it? Now, right now, some of you are thinking, yes, I desired it and I wanted it and I had the will for it. Nah, there's a difference between will and desire. There's a difference between actions and desire. You see, no matter what religion you believe in, each one of the teachers taught that you have to do away with desire. Why? Because desire does nothing for you but keep you in lack. It keeps you wanting. It keeps that thing that you want just a reach away so that you won't ever get it. You see, the man sat at the pool, and every year when the water trembled, the man never made it into, but he said he had a desire to get into the water, but he never made it into the water so he can be healed because all he had was desire. And guess what? He became satisfied within his desire. He became a fixture at the pool. He knew many people. He had friends. They laughed. They joked. They had a good time. And old life was so grand. But he had this desire to get healed and get into the water. But it is not until he made the decision that he will be healed, that he is healed, that he finally reached that goal of being healed. And he picked up his bed and left. Now, if you don't know that story, it's worth looking up. But that's the understanding, people. That's what I need you to know. I need you to know that your desires will get you nowhere. Your desires will keep you in lack. Your desires will make you complacent and you will not move. So what do we do? How do we change this? What is the thing that we need to have within us in order to move forward? It is certainly not desire. All right. I desire a lot of things that I will never make an attempt to get. I will never make an attempt to gain certain things and certain attributes in my life. All right. I desire to play professional sports. That's just not going to happen. Okay, that's not going to happen. So I look at the things that I can will, the things that I can set a standard for, the things that I can challenge myself and I can say, this is the person that I want to be, the things that I can decide and have decision over. You see, the only thing you truly have decision over is your life, what you do, how you think, how you perceive things. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing that you have to do, the first thing is you have to change your standards. You have to determine what is the standard of health that you want to have. Is your standard of health that you want to be a size 6 or is it that you want to be a size 14? Is your standard of health that you want the washboard abs or, just a flat stomach will do? Is your standard that the person in your life, that the love of your life must be great, must be awesome, must be, unimaginably great? Or is it that it must just be good or average? Is the standard that your friends must be people who got your back, they're your best friend, you can count on them, you can trust them? Is that your standard? At work, is your standard that you get your job done on time, that you get promoted, or that you stay where you are? What is your standard? For everything in life, decide your standard, because for everything in life, you did not get it because you had a desire for it. You got it because you had a standard for it. So decide right now, what is your standard? What is your standard for every aspect of your life? And then the next thing that you do after you decide that that is your standard is make a decision to put forth the action to do it. You got to step out on it and do it. You have to put feet to it, because if you don't, then it stays there in your mind, and that just makes it a dream, and nobody wants to hear your dreams, because after a while your dreams just become complaints. Who wants to hear you complain? So decide the actions that you're willing to take in order to raise your standard. Because see, without action, nothing happens. Nothing happens. You can want to be healthy, but if you don't go to the gym, if you don't eat properly, if you don't go walking and running and doing what's necessary to make your health better, if you don't go to your doctor visits and you don't take the medications, if you don't do what's needed to occur in order for you to have that health, then guess what? It's not going to happen. If you're stuck in a dead-end relationship, if you're stuck in a dead-end relationship, not just with a love interest, but a dead-end relationship with friends. If you're stuck in those types of relationship where the persons or people are holding you back, they're keeping you stagnant. They're keeping you in a ghetto. They're keeping you in a ghetto mindset. They're keeping you average. They're keeping you just good. Then you have to decide to take actions to move away from them. If you look at me today, I don't have the same friends I had 10, 15, 20 years ago. No, they changed. They changed because I made a decision to raise my standard for the people that are around me. So you make the same decision to raise the standard for the people around you, because the people that you are around are more than likely who you will become. So take a look. Take a look at the people around you, because that is who you are becoming, or you already are. So if you want to be different, then you need to change your environment, change the people that are around you. Now, the last part that we're going to do for today is that be willing to accept the consequences of your decisions. So when you make a decision to raise your standard, when you make a decision to change and put action to those standards to make them occur, it may not, and oftentimes, and sometimes, I'm not going to say oftentimes, sometimes the things that you want to happen may not go that way, and you may have to start over and try it again. And if that be the case, be willing to accept those consequences. If you get involved in a relationship with someone and it doesn't turn out right, be willing to accept the consequences that you have to start over. Yeah, you have to start over sometimes. If you start a business and the business doesn't work out well, then be willing to accept the consequences that you may have to take a step back and start over again. I've started over in a business again and again. But guess what? I have a standard for business that I'm not willing to give up on, and I've made a decision and I put action to it. And yes, I accept the consequences and I move forward. If I land on my back, at least I can look up and I can get up. That was from Les Brown. But at least I'm moving forward. I'm always expecting greatness. I won't settle for anything less, anything beyond that. Anything less than greatness is not for me. Anything less than awesome is not for me. If it's in my relationships, with my friends, with my wife, with anybody, with my children, it does not matter. I expect greatness from all those who are around me, or you cannot be around me. Sorry, it just doesn't work. And your feelings may get hurt. And it's not an easy thing to do, but I have a standard for my life. I have a standard for my life. And you have a standard for yours. Decide if you're going to raise it. Decide today if you're going to raise your standard. And when you do, accept the consequences that may come with it. You decide that you want to become promoted in your job. You want to rise to higher levels. Not everyone at your job is going to appreciate it. Not everyone at your job is going to support you. But that decision may cause you to have to change jobs. And if that's the consequences, then change jobs. If the consequences that you have to move to another city, then move to another city. But be willing to accept those consequences and find the joy in it. Find the joy in it as you move through this journey. Find the joy in it. But what you will not continue to do is waste your life. You will not continue to waste your time. And you will not waste the time and the life of others around you. Because who are you to make other people's lives miserable? To make other people's lives substandard of what they want? That is not fair. And that is not right. So change your life by making a decision that you're going to raise your standards. You're going to put some action behind it. And you are willing to accept the consequences. And if you got to start over and over again, at least you will enjoy the journey of it. You'll be thrilled and you'll have the energy to keep moving forward in that thing. And your life will be better just by attempting it. Your life will be better. So look, guys, like I said, don't waste your life. Don't waste your time. And if you have children, don't waste their lives. Don't waste their time. Keep moving forward. Keep doing that thing, because there is greatness inside of each one of us. You are an awesome person. You have the divine spark inside of you. So use it. Use it to the utmost of your abilities. And then when you hit the utmost of your abilities, go further.